Good morning, everybody. I am just kind of in the midst of getting ready for church. I've got the kids dressed and um, my turn. So I just am going to just put makeup on. This is what I'm doing this morning. And so it's been a long time since I have been on doing some videos or some lives. And so I thought I would just get ready this morning with the camera on. So my hair's a wreck. I haven't done anything to it yet except sleep in it. And so I'm going to just get started. First things first, I want y'all to know I have done microblading on my eyebrows. I still have to go back for one more time. And I don't think I have a brush to brush those out a little bit, but I'll use this. I didn't just drop that. I've got to go back one more time to have a little bit of fill done. But my eyebrows are so very blonde, and it took so long for me to even kind of make them to where they stood out. And so I went ahead and did some microblading and a little tattoo shadowing. And I've done a little bit of eyeliner tattoo, which I'm really liking. It just kind of cuts down my time of getting ready, or sometimes if all I want to do is get up and put a little blush on, I'm kind of set. So this is really making a difference for me. It didn't hurt. I'm happy that I did it. I still have blonde eyebrows that kind of show through, and so I have to do a little bit of something to kind of uh, make those not so blonde. Um, and so I'll kind of show y'all what I'm doing there. But I'm just going to get dressed. So the first thing I'm going to do, I have a little palette here that's got a lot. It's got my foundation and some concealers on it. And I'm going to start with just a little bit of my concealer that I use kind of more like a highlighter than I do a concealer. I am so happy. If y'all to ask me what some of the things that I love about TrūAura, I will tell you that I had brown spots on my forehead. I had brown spots on my cheeks, and those are totally gone. I am so thrilled. I had actually put a deposit down to go have some laser therapy done to get rid of the brown spots on my face. And dang, I need to call them because I never got my deposit back. I never went to have it done, so I never got my deposit back. So, but TrūAura has been a blessing in that it has those are gone, and everything that I've done on my face with our skincare and our anti-aging line, I've also done on my hands and arms. And I had a lot of brown spots on my arms. Those are totally gone. I'm thrilled. I'm just thrilled. I've had so many of my clients who have said the same thing that they had been using the TrūAura skincare and the advanced aging, and that their brown spots are gone, going away or gone. So what a blessing. So I'm going to just take a stippling brush and my foundation. I use deep beige, and I am just going to kind of stipple it across my skin. Nothing fancy. Anywhere that I haven't put the whiter color, this is our light concealer that I use here and kind of on my eyelid. But I'm just going to go around that area and get some foundation on. Once I get it kind of on, I go back and I kind of spritz with our balancing facial mist. And my balancing facial mist has a little bit of the gold color. I'll show you. A little bit of this gold powder, and this is really going away from the Earth and Sky in here. And when I spray it, it just adds a little bit of a glisten to my skin, which I really like. So that's just kind of how I'm going to get started. Now I'm going to take one of our blenders, and I'm just going to now kind of pat this in. It just kind of gives it a better finish look, kind of a very natural look, but still kind kind of a little bit of a glisten to it. I love that balancing facial mist with that little bit of uh, gold eye powder added to it. Okay, so there's that. Now I am going to do a little bit of blush and a little bit of contour. So this is our highlighting bronzer quad. I'm going to take a stippling brush. I've got 2 or 3 here. That's highlighter. This one I use for highlighting. And I'm just going to kind of bring this up right here with the lightest shade, right? Just right up. I'm also going to take my fingertip and put a little bit of it in the corner of my eye. And I will finish all this out in just a second. Then I'm going to take I've got one that says contour, and I'm going to take these 2 darker shades and just kind of go back and forth across them. I'm going to go underneath this cheekbone just a tiny bit and across my chin. And I might do a little bit just kind of up here. All right, so there's that. Then I'm going to do this is our blush. It's a color balanced blush. Everything that I'm using is probiotic based. I love that about our company. It's just fabulous. But I'm going to take a little bit of both of these. This is our bouquet. It's a pinky color. I'm going to go right on my cheek, not too far. I always kind of go over a couple of fingertips before I start my blush. I don't take it up to my hairline. Back in the 80s, I probably did, but I'm just going to put it right on the ball of my cheek. And so you can see I've got highlighter, blush, and some contour. Highlighter, blush, and some contour. And so I'm going to take a big brush. This is our TrūAura powder brush. And I'm not going to blend it up and down. I am going to blend it the direction that I have it moving on my face. And just blend it in. And now I'm going to go over the lighter area, and I use the Alabaster Perfect Powder Foundation, this right here, and it's a really light powder. You see I use it quite a bit. And I'm going to take I'll take our TrūAura angled brush, and I'm just going to take some of the alabaster powder, and I'm going across my eyelid. I'm going under my eye, and right there where it's more light, where I put the lighter concealer, and just kind of finish that out. Then I'm going to take, let's see, I have the deep beige. I don't use the nude for much as far as my skin, but I will use it some to finish off so that I don't look too pink because it has a yellow base. And so I'm just going to go over everything with that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer all over. So I'm going to take all 4 of these on a big brush, and I'm just going to go over my cheek area, this area, up on my forehead, and that's going to do it. All right, I am also going to clean off a brush and take some of this concealer in this color right here. I'm going to get a little bit of both. I'm going to go right up my nose, just because this Indian Native American nose has a little bit of a hump and it kind of doesn't look straight. So I'm going to do that with that one. I'm going to also take some of the white highlighter, the lighter highlighter, and go up the center and give me a little bit of a straighter look. And then I'm just going to tap that in to blend it up and down. And that's that. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to do a little bit more on my eyebrows, even though I have had them, microbladed and a little tattoo done. And since we're not finished with that, I'm going to just kind of enhance it a bit. I love these little vertex brushes, and I'm going to take the angled brush. It's so tiny, but it's a very stiff, it's a dense brush. I love it. And so I'm going to take some of the pewter from the After Midnight, and I am just going to add a little bit of emphasis, especially across the bottom. And then I'm just going to kind of bring this tail out, not down, because I don't want my eye in this area to be looking like it's dragging down. So I always kind of go more up or out. And let's do this side. I think I go back next week to have all of this finished, which I'm really excited about. I like the bottom of my the bottom of my brow to be more intense. That's where I don't ever change the arch of my brow, especially on the bottom. If I'm going to change anything, I add some volume up to the top. But that's that. Okay. Brows. Now I'm going to do some eyeshadows. I love the Earth and Sky. I use it pretty much all the time, but I always add a little bit of something from another. Boy, my hair is a wreck. From another palette. So I'm going to take the Earth and Sky. It's the one that has kind of the foresty green. Let's see what the colors are called. Sunset, which is the gold color. Spanish Moss, which is the green, and Mahogany, which is a beautiful bronze. Beautiful bronze. So let me kind of show you. You can see I use the Sunset Gold on everything. But this is the Sunset Gold, this is the Mahogany, and this is the Spanish Moss, which I also use the Spanish Moss quite a bit, even though I'm more of a pinky person. I love it. So, but I'm going to take the Sunset Gold on my fingertip. I think that I really like the way metallics, and this is pretty frosty, metallics do better with your fingertip application rather than a brush. It just tends to adhere and just shine better. So I'm going to put that on this, mostly on the front half, the inside half of my lid, like this, on both sides. Let's do both sides. And a little up in the arch of my brow. And I'm going to go back over that also with some of the highlighter from our bronzer pack. So there's the gold. Now I'm going to come across the mid area of my lid with just a touch of this Mahogany. Now let me tell you about Mahogany. It's beautiful, but it is probably the most highly pigmented color of everything in the TrūAura line. So it takes a little bit of nothing to do both eyes. So I'm going, that's why you can see I have used it and used it and used it, but it is still not wearing down because it takes a little bit of nothing to make a beautiful color. So I'm just going to take one tap, and I'm going to show you just one tap, well, maybe two. I did that twice, of the Mahogany. And I'm going to put it across the midsection of my eye. And you can see that that little tiny tap goes a long way. And now I'm going to clean my brush. But I'm also going to take, let's see, need a little piece of paper. Y'all know me, I need a little piece of paper. Let me get one from here. I just need a piece of paper that has a straight edge. I like to keep an edge straight here, so I put a barrier. I don't use tape. A lot of people will use tape or hair tape, but I just use a piece of paper to make a straight edge I want a barrier. I don't want it to go beyond that. So I'm going to just now blend this mahogany in. And you can see right here where that line stays straight. And let's do it again on this side. I do this when I'm putting on eyeliner. I do it when I'm putting on shadows, especially dark shadows that I want to end right there. So there's some mahogany. Now I'm going to go back and put some darker in my outer edge. And I'm going to use the pewter and the indigo blue from the After Midnight palette. So now I'm going to take it, I'm going to do some of the, and I'm going to load this brush with the pewter. I'm going to come back with my straight edge, and I'm just going to put it in that corner. Kind of in a V or a greater than sign, less than, greater than. Get some more of that here. And I still have my edge. And let's do this side. This is the pewter. It's kind of the darker brown with a cool finish. I use that on my brows quite a bit. The pewter color, it's really great for ash blondes or dirty blondes. It's awesome. So I've got my edge there. I'm going to come back and bring that down into my lower lid here in just a second. But I also want to take some of this indigo blue into that outside edge. So let's put that back here. And I will enhance my eyeliner with this color. But now I'm going to not do the V. I'm going kind of all the way into the eyelid on the outside edge, right in here. And down some. So there's indigo blue. I'm going to take a liner, an eyeliner, a little bit of my balancing facial mist so I can get this brush wet. And then I'm going to take the indigo blue on a wet brush and just enhance my eyeliner. I go back this week for my fill on my eyebrows and a little bit more on my eyeliner. But the color that I've done on the tattooing is kind of a charcoal color. So I can change it and I can use a smudge over it. But when I get up, if I'm just getting up and running and I just want to throw some blush on my cheeks and brush my hair and go, I still have a little bit of color on my eyes. And I really like that. I've thought about it for years, and I finally, when I went to do my eyebrows, we talked about it one afternoon and I just jumped on and did it. And I'm really happy with it. It didn't hurt. Everybody asked me if it hurts. It did not. I didn't hardly even feel that needle. So I have a couple of tattoos from when I was a little bit younger. I turned 66 this past week. And but I have a tattoo on my calf that is a red rose. It has a lot of significant meaning for me, and I remember it kind of hurt. But the tattooing, the needle on my eyes did not hurt at all. So that is what I'm going to do. I love the indigo blue. I love the indigo blue. Let me find it. It's a dark kind of a navy blue. And I also like this. This is the pewter out of the After Midnight. So you can see this is kind of a really beautiful soft brown. And if you wet it, let me get my finger wet. And I'm going to do some of the navy next to it. You can see that wetting it makes it a little more intense. So I will wet my brush and use the indigo blue for a liner. Okay, so there's that. Do I need to do anything else? I will take our Bouquet blush, and I will take a big, fat, fluffy brush. This is an e.l.f. brush, and it's called a Flawless Concealer, but it's kind of a stippling shape. It's kind of fluffy. It's pretty large. Let's see, compared to maybe a finger, it's a little bit bigger than a finger, more like the width of a thumb. But it is real pliable. It's great. And I'll take some of the Bouquet, and I will take the darker. It is the peony color, I think. Yeah, and get some of that on my brush, and then I will always kind of pink up, not always, but a lot of times, pink up my eye area. Excuse me. And so that is how I do my face, my eyes, and a lot of times I will go back with a bigger blush, and I'm going to just kind of add a little finish. I will go back also and brighten up this area right here sometimes if I kind of have gotten it a little bit away from that. Put a little more highlight. Just enough to catch the light right through here. And then when I am done, I'm going to shake up my Balancing Facial Mist. And I shake it up because it has some of that gold eyeshadow powder in it. And it'll settle in the bottom. And so I shake it so that it's not settled. And then I'm just going to go over my entire face with that. And then I'm going to do some eye mascara. So I have, where is it? Right here. I'm only going to do a couple of coats of my mascara. And I only do my upper lashes. I don't do my lower lashes. I think it just kind of muddies up the look of my eye, and I want everything more upturned, more upward than emphasis down below. And so I kind of brush my mascara with my eyelashes kind of to the outside, where it sweeps up on both sides. And I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll go back and do another coat. So that is my Sunday morning getting ready for church. I thought I had I do have a comb over here. It just went to the floor. My hair, like I said, is a wreck, but I can fix that in a minute. So here we are. Let me put a little bit of lipstick on, and I did bring over. Okay, I will tell y'all one thing. I have one product that I use in all of my makeup with all my TrūAura. When I started using TrūAura, I fell deeply in love with everything: the skincare, the advanced aging treatment, and all of the clean makeup. Everything we have is probiotic based. Everything we have is microbiome healthy, microbiome friendly, and I'm going to go into that a little bit more in the next week or so, because I'm going to start doing quite a few videos for you. But I threw everything away. I threw all kinds of foundation, all kinds of powder, tons of eyeshadow. I just tossed it. I probably tossed a couple of $1,000s worth of makeup into the trash, because once I found that I had the best product in the whole world, the best product I've ever used in my entire life, healthy and clean, microbiome healthy, probiotic based, I didn't want to use anything else. But I kept one product that we don't have. Now I will use some of our blushes and a stiff brush to compensate for this, but I do like a lip liner. So I kept one thing that is not TrūAura, and it is a lip liner. So I will do, I'm going to outline my lips, and I don't go on my lips. Now this is another thing that I thought about doing years ago, but I never did do. And I thought about doing lip implants because my upper lip especially is kind of thin. And so I found I have a pencil that I really like. It's very sturdy. It stays, got staying power. It's very inexpensive. This one is NYX. And I use this. This is the color Mahogany. It's kind of almost the same color as my lips. So I'm going to do a lip video this next week or so also, and show you what I do to keep lines away, fine lines away, and keep your lips plump and pretty and the blood flow really great to your lips. So kind of watch for that. I will do that one. But I do use a liner, and I go not on my lip line, but just above my lip line, because I want to add a little bit of fullness. And so I will, and this one's kind of needs to be sharpened. I do have a very pronounced Cupid's bow, but you really sometimes you can't see it. But so I will go just above my lip line, right on my lip line, but just above. Top and bottom. So it gives me more lips. But I love our lip gloss, our lipsticks. And I'm going to, this is our Bordeaux. And I'm going to just barely put a little bit of Bordeaux on. I want it to look more like a stain than a lipstick. And so I just tap it. I just tap the color on, and then I blend it in. So that is it. So now I can go get dressed and get ready for church and get out of here. The kids are dressed and ready. I think Ken might be dressed and ready. They're all kind of waiting on me. And so that's my Sunday morning. I guess I'm ready. But I just wanted to do this. I haven't been on in a while, and now my desk is kind of a wreck. But wanted to just kind of show y'all just my everyday. Here we go. So that's me for today. That's me getting ready for church. I'm going to end this video and go get my clothes on and get ready for church. So you all have a blessed and wonderful day. I love that you're here with me. Let's have a wonderful 2022, safe and healthy, and filled with TrūAura.